It is that time of evening, the Late IHP Show, or the Late IHP Show with your 5D mystic right here, Enlightenment Functional Adult. So what I have come to realize in the past couple years is that the Enlightenment Soul Age Group person is a integrated brain, secure attachment human being that can have began to basically stay actually connected with their restorative embodied self. So no prize money or magic wands, but you will notice a different tone. So I noticed people who talk to you about dating, and they're all these attachment researchers, because my trauma therapy group, they're awesome, meaning they're securely attached, like I am. So they are confident, truly confident, so they have healthy self-worth, like I do, which is, if you break up with me as a teenager, I remember plenty of breakups. I never felt defective or unworthy. And I was like, why are you still crying over this person? And I didn't think much of it. Okay, so IHP content will serve those who are wanting easily to work with their emotional plane. So you have easily the ability to know, of course I'm worthy. Why would I not be? And no, why would I ruminate about a person who isn't texting or you know what, I might ask them. Maybe I'll even get pissed at them because I have a right to do so. And if they say that's too much, I'll be like, excuse me, really? So the tone is actually one that with those individuals will sound a lot more firm. I'm going to use the word authoritative because we're not anxious. No. Anxious comes when we're afraid for our physical safety, or when you have, panic attacks. And when you're the three-year-old, probably that's more, when the anxious comes out. So what I'm trying to say is people who are securely attached, Enlightenment Soul Age Group, we don't get into rumination, and we don't do, let me get anxiety and feel that I'm unworthy. We don't blame ourselves. It's called having a whole differentiated self. And that's the beginning of your journey to move into expansion of consciousness. So enlightenment the human way, aka enlightenment, is you, the functional adult, as I was trying to say, with the integrated brain. Integration of the brain, every human being can access it, and if they have a challenge, the good trauma therapist actually helped me know that really neuroplasticity is awesome. So again, the attachment therapy people, they're coaching. So some on dating and anxiety. So you hear them getting very angry. It almost feels like a lecture, like they're lecturing a kid. Oh, don't do that. I make sure that you know your worth. Wow, okay. Sure they do. Getting really, really upset about it. That's fair and square because they know what it's like and they had the same anxiety. So if you have anxiety attachment, that's the preoccupied. So that's a not secure self inside of you. And so I don't know that feeling. And the whole 3-year-old heart, that means the first 3 years of my life, and those who are securely attached, we feel great and okay. It's called healthy self-worth. So it means I unconditionally love who I am with flaws and imperfections, because of course I'm going to be pointed out how flawed and imperfect I am the minute I meet somebody who's avoidant or anxious or, the disorganized one. Now that one is very interesting for sure. So I've met a variety of people, all the walks of the rainbows. None of them created drama. In fact, actually as a teenager, I was wondering what the drama was all about. I'm an adult now. I know it's that people have dating and anxiety. And on that note, if you do, I got a great attachment researcher and therapist who coaches people. There's the ones for the avoidance. There's the ones for the relationships as well. You can hear them giving each other scripts on how to approach their relationships. I like to talk about just emotional regulation, building skills. 5D mystics, so woo-woo pseudoscience lady here. And when I see 4D mystics talking about things like this, be mindful for people who give you unsolicited criticism. I mean, if you're online, you're going to get a lot of unsolicited stuff. So I'm kind of wondering, okay, disguised as messages from spirit. Yes, okay. If you're a tarot reader, again, that's interesting because it's not that alone, right? That we need to watch out for. It's a covert way that hateful people, okay, wow, now we're calling people hateful who do chit-chat on the same topics of spirituality So apparently the comment must have been pretty hateful. And oh yes, by the way, evil, ignorant people are telling people that yoga, it brings out the devil and demons. That's not true. I've done yoga. I don't have a demon or devil coming forth from me at all. I actually have been able to pretty much, but then again, work through all my emotional plane. I have an in-depth, securely attached 3-year-old here. So I don't have a window of tolerance. The people who instead have not secure attachment, I'm going to say that yoga probably, yes, it works their ventral vagal nervous system, but if they have trauma memory and they have charges and they have basically trauma that's lingering still, as our neuroscience Patrick McNamara with the religious self has shared, our species evolved thanks to the REM sleep stuff. So REM creates this color genetic or some word like that environment in our brain, which allows disparate ideas to come together. So crazy things can be thought up and you have experiences that are very real. I know of channeling and seeing things in my mind's eye, but I stay grounded because my securely attached 5D body type is what I call it. So it's just my default mode network lives in the aliveness land, my mammalian heritage. So we all can do it. The people who have not securely attached, they can do it too. They get good therapists, very important. Patrick Tiahan, he's a childhood trauma survivor, healed and healing. I always say that, but he's a therapist, so I'm assuming he's pretty much healed. But I say healing because I know he builds a community where they can relate to each other on how to move out of completely the I need to reparent. So you become your own reparented adult, and so he has space for your inner child and a community. And he did a video just today, came out, how to spot a bad therapist. Because there's like at least 50% of therapists who have dissociative identity disorder. That's what some studies have found. Oh, and they also pretty much have not completed their recovery. So they come together as superheroes and they fight a supervillain called the narcissistic group. Have you seen? I've seen a buttload of those therapists. The narcissist. Oh, come over here, empath. So they're superheroes, supervillains, and they're really protecting the survivors, their own self. They're saving their own self from home. So all the bystanders come together. That leads the brain to feel really great because now we're punishing by shaming, blaming, faulting. And yes, that's a punishment, shows the brain. Those are all people who don't have secure attachment by themselves. They need each other. So now that they have a group, the bystanders, that's actually part of the 4th step of what people want to recover. They want other people to shame, blame, and fault and basically be aggressive towards the very other individuals that hurt their feelings, which is fair and square because, 0, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, that's where trauma memory still is reserved and saved as icicles is how they put it. But, people don't believe in the updated trauma biology stuff because, even their own colleagues, again, there are bad therapists. They don't believe in the inner child. They don't even believe in dissociative identity disorder. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that people apparently, I'm okay with people not believing in Reiki, because, hey, 5D mystic woo stuff, but the educators not believing in other educators, not that one. But that's called adaptive children. They are not adults yet. They're not fully using their prefrontal cortex. In fact, if they did, they'd know their implicit bias. They'd be like, okay, let me put that to the side and listen to my colleagues like a grown-up. I can. Wow, those are interesting findings with curiosity, openness, awareness, and acceptance and love. That's an adult. Present attuning, resonating, trusting. Thank you, Daniel Siegel, for the acronyms. So when somebody says, Spirit told me that people are mocking your voice, and somebody gets pissed about that, the message comes from a malicious spirit. So now we're accusing people that make unsolicited criticism as an evil spirit. Can you see the inconsistencies? The 4D, they're teenagers. Because it's like the movie Mean Girls. They're envy, jealousy. This is all low self-esteem. Means the 0, 1-year-old still is looking, hey, crowd, community, not superior human being. No. But see, superior human being knows none of us are superior. We're just all people with a heart. So get your whole 3-year-old heart and you'll be like, wow, they don't like me. You're shit. No, you're shit. It's okay. High five. And there you go. So nobody's an evil spirit. The bad educators, yeah, they're bad because they limit people's knowledge. And that's not a good thing. Knowledge empowers people. It's the ancient silverbacks that want the dark ages, and some people want that, and that's their choice. 4D, 3D, all limited consciousness, infinite higher human consciousness potential. We want whole 3-year-old hearts. We can all get there. Secure attachment, restored embodied self, inner and outer well-being, integration of the brain of yours and mine. It's left and right mode together. So tune in for more and have a wonderful day. Lots of love and compassion.